Good morning, everyone. Welcome to day 28. I invite you all to take a deep breath. Hold it there for a second. Even longer. Breathe even more in. And then let it out. Feel yourself just relax right into the moment. I just took the most splendiferous shower with this bath salt cream that I used all over myself. It was just the aroma, everything. It's just amazing. So I have a question to start this day with you. Do you take good care of yourself? Do you love yourself enough to take a bath and just give yourself the gift of touch and give yourself the gift of the beautiful aroma and give yourself the gift of you being calm and peaceful and loving? Something to think about. Okay. I just wanted to tell you that. I was sitting here and I'm like, I just don't want this moment to go past where I don't let everybody know how amazing I'm feeling right in this very beautiful moment. So, okay, let's get started. Yesterday, what has changed? Well, what has changed is I I wouldn't be usually that forthcoming about a shower I just took. But I want to celebrate life. I want to celebrate me. I want to celebrate all the excitement and all the passion that is showing up in my life. I want to celebrate what I know about myself. So, what has changed for you? Are you ready to celebrate yourself more? Are you ready to take more risks and more chances, understanding that risks are actually not risks in one sense. They're really more just you letting out what is yours to let out. Because if life is unfolding perfectly no matter what, what's the risk? I'm not saying to be irresponsible, by the way, but in the scale of risk taking, push the needle a little bit more. Maybe that's what's changed. You're ready to have more excitement in your life, more positive experiences. How about that? That works for me. So, what has changed in your life in terms of growth? When you look at this picture of the plant, what seeds are you planting? What what new growth are you planning for your life? I think that's a very relevant question to ask ourselves these days. What are we expecting in our lives? What what fun, exciting things are we expecting more of in our life? Yes? And then my little cursor over here. I said yesterday, you are whatever you say you are. Um, and we all go, yeah, that's true. But guess what? That's true. You are whatever you say you are. So be careful the things you say. Children will listen, right? We had that quote already. Be careful what you are saying about yourself. Be careful what you are identifying as. Be careful what you put after I am. I heard some woman last night while I was eating, and we were at a restaurant, and I heard this woman, three words come out of her mouth while she was up at the counter. And she just said, well, first she said, here's my order. And then she said, because I am fat. And I thought, and by the way, this woman was not, well, I don't even want to say what fat is, but this woman was not someone who looked like she had a weight issue. She was larger than Twiggy, but that's probably when she thinks she's fat. But it was like, I am fat. And I thought, be careful what you say after I am. You know, I am exploring my body. I am in the process of allowing myself to be my best self, right? Your body is whatever you say it is. And there's only 3 days left, 28, 29, and 30. 3 days left for us to really get this, really get it, that our bodies are whatever we say they are. When I got out of the shower, not to share too much information, but when I got out of the shower, we have a full-length mirror, and I turned to it and I thought, you look really good. And I thought about that picture I talked about yesterday. I talked about that picture that was on Facebook yesterday, and I had so many comments from people. And I thought, my body looks as good as it did in that picture, which was 1992. And I'm not boasting here, everybody, to be really honest. I'm really not. But people ask me all the time, why did your body still look like this? I had a friend who came to the reading in New York last week, and as soon as he saw me, he went, "Do you ever age?" Which, of course, I do. I mean, I do not look, my face does not look, and my hair certainly doesn't look like that. But my body still looks the same because that's my image of myself. That's who I know myself to be. So the work you're doing here, the work you're doing mentally here, is giving you the opportunity to say you are whatever you say you are, and your body is whatever you say it is, and you will experience whatever you decide to experience. So let's make those decisions a little more self-promoting, a little more positive, a little more constructive in our lives. Yes? So here are some things that came up. I've done BODS, I don't know how many times now, 12 times, 13 times. And I pulled some things from everybody's blogs. Just didn't pull any of yours because I'm keeping this very personal, very. Uh, I'm keeping the blog separate so that whatever you say on the blog is sacred. So, what has changed? My self-esteem. That's a great answer. That would be a great answer for any of us to say. What has changed? The estimation of who I am, my self-esteem. I love this. My stomach is smaller. Anybody? My stomach is smaller. My stomach really is smaller. It was funny. After we ate tonight, I came home and I went, Kevin, while I get in the shower, would you go get some ice cream from Ralph's? And he turned to me with such like venom. He was like, no, absolutely not. And I was like, I was totally kidding. He's like, well, okay, but no. I said, if I wanted ice cream, we'd have just gone to Menchie's after the restaurant. And he went, and that would have never happened. And he was so adamant. I was like, wow, you're really taking this BODS very seriously. And I am so proud of him for that. So there's no ice cream tonight at my house. And I really was kidding. So my stomach is smaller. Kevin's stomach's smaller. I can see that his stomach is smaller. And all of you, are sharing, the ones that are sharing, I've lost weight, I've lost this. And if you're sitting here now going, James's stomach's smaller, Kevin's stomach's smaller, why isn't my stomach smaller? Then you missed the day yesterday, or it was the day before. No comparing. It's not about really that your stomach has to be smaller. Are you healthier? Do you feel better? Because stomachs come and go, and they will be smaller and they will be bigger and they will get thinner. They might get a little more wide, whatever. You get to decide, though. You do get to decide. I've actually made a decision today that I'm going to start focusing on my abs because I haven't really ever, I don't work on my abs. They just are okay. And I've decided, you know what? I think I want a big washboard stomach again. I'd love to try that again. So why not, right? So my stomach is smaller, and now it's time to pop those muscles out. What I still need to address, because remember I asked you yesterday to really look at what has changed and what hasn't changed. What do I still want to change? So what I still need to address is the little kid who was so embarrassed by just having a body. I loved on Sunday. I know I said this before, but it bears repeating. I loved on Sunday when one of my practitioners, when I said, what are you going to declare? And she yelled out, hot sex. And everybody laughed. And I thought, good for us that we can bring that up in public and talk about our bodies. Because I was shamed as a child about my body. And I was embarrassed about certain aspects of my body. And I'm just not anymore. Not at all. And you know what? I was embarrassed by my neck after cancer, because it had had that big scar on it and all. And I've been like, you know what? I had cancer. There's my proud tattoo of me having cancer. So all of us, if there's anything about, and some of you have talked to me about it, your legs are too big, your thighs are too big, your butt's too big, and you're embarrassed by those, so you wear clothes that necessarily don't really compliment you, but they hide you. Maybe we can all come out of the closet and not be ashamed to show those big legs, those big thighs, those big butts. you know? So less embarrassment, more celebration. What has changed is my inner awakening to what have I been waiting for? That was a question that was asked yesterday. What are we waiting for? It's time. It is absolutely time for all of us. And we have 3 days left to do it. Time to really up our game and to stay in the game no matter what. That's a big one. Stay in the game no matter what happens. You fall off, get back on. Things seem like they're not as good as they used to be. Oh well, make them better. Just stay in it. Because the truth is, it's gonna keep going. Your life keeps going, and your progression, your expansion is always going to keep evolving. So stay in the game. The more you consciously participate in your growth, your expansion, the faster you get to realize and experience those leaps of growth. Yes? What I still need to address, why I still have cravings for unhealthy things. I brought this in here because I thought, this is important to address. I don't expect you to get to day 30 and you'll never have another unhealthy craving. You'll never want to do anything again other than what is best for you. I don't expect that. Could happen, but I don't expect it. Of course, if I don't expect it, it really won't happen. But what I'm really saying, what I'm really saying is if you have unhealthy cravings, give yourself permission to have them, to feel them, but also give yourself permission to explore them and say, why? Why is this still here? And what's unhealthy about it? And be clear on it. The more we break things apart and understand what we're doing and why we're doing it, the better our lives become. You know what they say, knowledge is power. Self-knowledge is self-power. In truth, it is the old story that has changed. I love that, right? My story has changed. It used to be, this is my story and I'm sticking to it. No, those are the facts. But what happened? The other day someone was talking to me about, of all things, West Side Story. And I was talking about some of the behavior I had in that show. And when I got home from this it was a lunch date and with this conversation, I got home and I thought, you know, I need to change that story, my relationship to that story. All the facts I said were true, but what I know now is that I kind of love that kid. I kind of love that 25-year-old rebel, angry young man, as Billy Joel would sing. And that's my story now. So, what's your story now? What are you clearer about in terms of that story that you used to use as a way to prove you were someone or something? Because who you are doesn't need proof. And who you are, God, is the best story you could ever tell. Instead of saying, I'll be happy when, I'm learning to say, I'll be happy while. There's a great one. I'll be happy during whatever's going on, no matter what. And those sunflowers are for Corian Draper. I am happy while I go through whatever I'm going through. And if it's on my body, I'm going to be happy with my body even 10, 20, 30 pounds, 40 pounds heavier. I'm going to be happy while I'm 40 pounds heavier and just allow that happiness to shed what I need to shed. There's the trick, isn't it? I love this. What has changed during this process, my understanding of why I carry this extra weight around my waist has changed. I also realize that this extra weight is my mother's baggage, not mine. How many of us are still reaping the benefits of the baggage that we picked up along the way from someone else and carried it into our life and keep carrying it? Let it go. In the famous words of Frozen, let it go, let it go. Don't hold it back anymore. Let your truth come out and throw away the baggage that was not even yours to begin with. Loved that. I don't remember who said that. It's been so long, right? And then this is the last one. I realize it will require ongoing monitoring of my self-talk and self-critic. So in 3 days, we all walk away from this program. By the way, the program will still be up. You can always go back onto the same website and pull up the PowerPoints and revisit them and pull up the videos. That stays there for the rest of this year. But it's going to require you to keep doing the work and and I like how this says, monitoring your self-talk and your self-critic inside. Really pay attention. It's too easy to let it go and let it go and let it go. And suddenly it's your modus operandi. You're suddenly, that's just the way you are again. No, don't let that happen. Do not let that happen. Monitor your thoughts, monitor your beliefs, monitor your inner critic. So today we're going to talk about our strength, okay? Today we're going to talk about how strong we are. The fifth question in the 5 questions is, do I know how strong do I know how great I am? And greatness comes with amazing strength. Do you know how great you are? Do you know how strong you are? Do you know how much strength you have in you, no matter what is going on in your life? When I taught classes in my early years as a minister, there was always this question of what can we handle? And people would always say, this is happening in my life. I don't know how to deal with it. And I would ask people, give me your worst fear. And 9 out of 10 times, if the person was a parent, they would say that anything would happen to my children. And I would be the first one to go, that's mine. That is my biggest fear, that I could never, ever, ever deal with something happening to either Will or Nora. And then it happened. And the unthinkable happened. And I got to be really honest. I don't know where all of that strength came from, where all of that understanding and wisdom came from, but I know I was prayed up. As the Baptists would say, I know I was prayed up. I had done the work, and I got to live the results of my worst nightmare happening and finding the strength to go on. I had it, and I have it. You have it. And I'm knowing you never will need it the way I needed it. But I know it's there. You are strong. Not because of anything you've done to become strong. I was prayed up. And when I say I'm prayed up, I mean I know who I am. That's what prayed up means to me. I know who I am. So it's time for you to get in touch with the strength that is you. It's time for you to really get clear on just how powerful you are, that you have the will to say, I'm eating healthy, I'm living healthy. So many people are doing a dry January. You have what it takes to say, this doesn't work for me. For me, alcohol doesn't work for me. When I drink alcohol, for the most part, I don't feel good the next day. Sometimes I don't feel good during. And I've made a real commitment to myself. I don't need to do things where I don't feel good after. Even if there's a momentary high or a momentary excitement, I don't need to do those things. And if I'm going to, like, have a glass of champagne or have a glass of wine, then I'm going to consciously do it. And I'm going to consciously do it and know the truth about my body in that moment and never overindulge. So I have the strength for that. I have the strength to do what I know is healthy for myself, and so do you. It is time for you to say yes to your strength, to say yes to the power you have, to say yes to your greatness, to say yes to the things you want in life and you know are yours. It's time to get off the bench, get into the game, and say yes, right? So here's my acronym for yes. U equal strength. Y-E-S. U, wow, a lot of hands here. U equal strength. Yes. How about that? Think about that. Use that. U equal strength. Yes. There's a great song in Flora the Red Menace. Life keeps happening every day. Say yes. Susan Edward Martin sings that. It's fabulous. Great song. When opportunity comes your way, you can't start wondering what to say. You'll never win if you never play. Say yes. I'm saying yes to remembering those lyrics. And I never even sing that. I mean, that was never a song I sang in the show. So, yes, you equal strength. Mahatma Gandhi said strength does not come from physical capacity, but from an indomitable will. I can tell you this. I became better at lifting weights because I look very much like this. I could if I wanted to. I became better at lifting weights when I started using my mind to lift the weights. I mean, my body, obviously, but talking to myself and doing it really with intention, not like, where we get really crazy and we're worried we're not going to be able to lift it. No, it's just like, I've got this. And slowly, Kevin, the other day, when I added some weights and got really heavy and did really and very timed lifting, he went, "That was great." I said, if I breathe and really focus on what I'm doing, it's a lot easier because I know who I am, right? An indomitable will. I know who I am. You know who you are. Whatever weight you have decided to deal with, you can lift. You can lift that weight off of you as easily as holding on to it. That will be that will that Gandhi talks about in you, your life force. You don't have to find it, or create it, or even tap into it. You just have to recognize it and allow it. Today is all about you allowing your greatness to lead the way. You are strong. Yes, you are strong. That strong should be a capital S so you see the Y. That's yes. Yes. That's the Southern version of this. You equal strength, but you are strong. I can't believe I thought that was the acronym. Yes. Yes. That could work. You are strong. Yes. Say yes today to what you want in life, knowing that yes means you equal strength, the strength to say yes. So I'm going to ask you this. What are you going to say yes to today? I just said yes to a luxurious shower, and I'm so glad I did. What are you going to say yes to? Be fluid, be spontaneous, say yes when it comes up. I have a friend, Scott, who said to me the other day, we were talking about the wine tour the church is taking, and he said, I always just say yes, and then I figure it out. He said, that's my life. I say yes. He said, because of that, I've been to so many amazing places that I never thought I'd go to, but I just said yes. Somebody said, do you want to go to? And I said yes. He actually asked us the other day if we wanted to go spend Kevin's birthday in Puerto Vallarta. And my mind was like, yes. And now we're just checking our schedules. But my first thought was yes, absolutely. So here's your directives. Explore just how strong you are throughout the day. Notice, KNOW, notice the strength that you have. That's number one. Make a list of your strengths and then make a list of what you are ready to say yes to. Make it clear. Be really clear what you're ready to say yes to. Okay, I may be going a little long today. Sorry. Here's your health tip. And I've been so excited to read this health tip to you today. You ready? Because I haven't done one of these this whole time. Mental tip number 28, mental workout. This is what I was talking about when I did my really heavy lifting weight. So mental workout. I want you to use your mind. I want you to start with your shoulders, move to your chest, your stomach, your hips, your butt, your legs. Now, here's the deal. You can do this any way you want. You can do this with weights. Grab a pair of, here's what I do. I grab a little thing of 25-pound weights, and I'll do shoulders, I'll do chest, and then I'll reach it in for my stomach. It's just as many as you can do and do a little circuit there. And that's the circuit. Or, and the important part is the entire time, all you're doing is putting all of your focus on whichever body part you're doing. You can do it with no weights. You can just do it with your arms for your shoulders, lifting them, and then move to your chest, reaching out. All you do is have to reach out and your chest is activated, right? Go to your stomach, inward crunches. And even if you're not doing crunches, just tighten your stomach for a little bit. Do it as a circuit, but keep your mind focused on this. I would suggest do it in the morning and then do it before you go to bed. But no, not if you're doing like heavy weights and you're really using this as a workout, which is a great, it's like a 45-minute workout if you do it where you just focus on each body part as you're going. But if you're just going for like a 5-minute nice little circuit, don't do things heavy, especially before you go to bed. So there you go. Health tip 28, mental workout. Combine the mind to what you're doing with your body. Yes, you equal strength. So take a deep breath. I was excited to do this one today. I've loved doing them all, but something about that last little circuit I'm excited about. I'm excited to do it for me too today. So take a deep breath. Do you know how great you are? Do you know the strength you possess? Do you know who you are truly, deeply? Well, as soon as you're clear about that, tell your body what you want because it will deliver. Have a great day, everyone, and I will see you, or you will see me, tomorrow. Namaste.